Mercy us. Ooh, Lens Evolution MR.
I want to get a new one of them so that it's got the bright red lettering.
Did you paint it?
I could. I think a new one's only like $10 though.
It's not really worth painting it then. Manual? Cool. Makes sense. For an Evo. Well, a non-modern Evo.
Yeah.
Do the new ones have a dual clutch or are they CVT?
New ones have a dual clutch.
Yeah, okay. It's a bit better than the Imprezas then, which have CVT for the autos, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I can't even... Why would they decide to do that? Oh, I gotta make a sports car, we'll put a CVT in it. That's moronic. Seats are really good.
Yeah.
They're ridiculous.
Very buckety.
Yeah, biggest difference I've noticed between Japanese cars and German cars is Germans aren't that concerned about, well, that's it. Okay, so the A45 has got really good seats.
Yeah.
But the RS3, they're nice, but they're really comfortable and they're not really that grippy. They don't really hold on to you very well. Whereas like the 86 has, you know, not this buckety, but fairly buckety seats as well.
A lot of people who've gotten in have commented on like how well it holds,
yeah.
but also like they're too wide for the seats.
Yeah, I'm struggling. My hips are struggling with the width, and I'm not exactly a big person.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy. I don't know who this is designed for. Well, obviously it's designed for Japanese people, but yeah. When did you get it?
I've had it for a bit over a year. I think I picked it up August, 1st of August last year.
Not had any mechanical problems or anything?
Not so far. The AYC pump's dead, but
the what? Sorry.
The AYC pump, as far as I know, it controls the fluid for the rear diff. So,
oh, okay, right. As in active yaw control.
Yeah.
Right.
But I haven't had any traction issues with that out.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, unless you're throwing it into a corner and trying to get it sideways, you're probably not really going to notice that.
No.
Because this makes around 200 kilowatts, does it?
From factory it's 206.
206, yeah, right. And that's the same as the Golf R.
Yeah.
And yeah, through all-wheel drive, you're not going to break that in a straight line where you find it difficult. I guess when you've got a clutch and a gear stick, you can probably encourage it if you need to, but it'll hook up quite well. What year is this?
04.
Okay. So that's 14 years old actually.
Yeah.
Wow. I keep looking at cars that are, you know, in like the 2000s range, thinking, oh, that's not too old. And I realise it's like well over a decade old. So it seems like it's got a bit of lag. It doesn't seem like it's horrific or anything, but
no, it's not too bad.
It's noticeable but not terrible.
It starts to spool up at about 3.5, I think.
Okay. And so you don't really get much below that?
No.
Yeah. And how long does it take to spool if you're already, say, doing 4,000? You know, if you're just like lightly cruising at 4,000 and you put your foot down?
Not long at all.
Yeah, okay, cool. It's kind of quiet.
Yeah, it is pretty quiet. I've noticed if I put the back windows down, you can hear the exhaust sound a lot more.
Yeah, okay. Can you put the back windows down? Yeah, you can definitely hear like more of that drone now that the windows are down, but it's still not like loud or anything.
Yeah.
So it's a stock exhaust then, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's won't be for, I guess, too much longer. The exhaust that's on there, the muffler's all rusting out, so right. I'm gonna have to change that at some point. So.
Yeah, okay, it goes pretty good. That's impressive. That's really good for a 14-year-old car. That really gets moving. You might have added it, right?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. How's the clutch in it?
I've been told that it's like grab point's a bit high.
Try not to stall it. Oh, the grab point's quite high.
always feels so strange being a passenger in your own car.
Yeah. Wow, it's my right knee is right up against the steering wheel. Oh, so it's making it a little bit difficult to rev match / double clutch. It's not bad, eh?
It goes pretty good.
It's not bad at all. I've never been in a manual with this much power, so for me it's always been like a dual clutch or something like that. Oh, going to the store. How embarrassing. Alright. That's a lot of fun. That's very fun. That's a totally different experience too, like, it's just so, because you're like actually in control of everything,
yeah,
it feels really fast. You've got to hurriedly change gear, you know, before all the revs drop or your boost goes or whatever. It's quite a lot different to my car. Interesting how that boost comes on too. There's a bit of a little bit of turbo flutter in it. Like you can feel as you partially come off throttle, it kind of goes like a bit of a, is that surge, I guess? Well, how many gears do you have? 6? 6. Yeah. Thought I was about to go to reverse for a second then. Oh jeez, it's really good actually. Telling you what, that's not a bad car. That's impressive. That's very impressive. This is not going to be quite as much of a step going from this into mine as I thought it was going to be, to be totally honest. Like, mine's quick, but this feels fast because it's just like so there, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so raw. Whereas mine, it kicks in the back a little bit when you change gears, but it's still fairly controlled and it's still a, you know, it's still an Audi. At the end of the day, it's not going to be a track car or anything like that. Whereas this is obviously built for tracks and built for fun. It does big pops. Now it's in park, so now you just pull the little lever and pull it back into D, and you're good. That's it. And you don't need to worry about handbrakes. Handbrake is completely automatic.
That's so weird.
Now it's in just normal auto, so it doesn't give you the full volume at when you're in just like the standard drive mode.
Yeah.
Unless you toggle it back into the mode that I've got, which is like some special mode. And now it will give you the full noise, even in auto, and at, you know, light throttle and light revs and everything.
Wait, does it have assisted steering on all the time?
Yes, above 60 it does, yes. You can toggle that.
It's so bizarre.
It is weird. You can turn it off by doing this, and now it's off.
Okay.
So we might just leave it off because you won't be used to it. It's a weird feeling, but when you get used to it, it's actually pretty good. On the highway especially, with adaptive cruise control, it's the easiest thing in the world. Long distances are like nothing. You don't even notice it in this car. Yeah, so it's in drive. We'll just chuck it temporarily into sports gearing. Now it'll basically rev match and be good automatically.
Okay.
There's a car coming here. Yeah, you're right. So this will be pretty good. It should be pretty damn close to the gear you want to have it in almost all the time. Yeah, it'll hold this too. So it'll adaptively change gears based on how fast it thinks or how much sportiness you want out of the car.
Okay. It feels so nice to drive.
Yeah. It's a totally different... When I was looking at this car, as in when I was looking at buying it, I was like, gee, that's a lot of money for a hatchback.
Yeah.
And then I drove it and went, gee, that's not a lot of money for a supercar. Like, it feels so planted. In fact, let me put it into dynamic mode, which is not as loud, but it's more, it will tighten up the suspension and everything. So you can probably feel it in the steering's a bit heavier, a bit more direct. So this mode to me, it It feels what I expect a, you know, lower level supercar to feel like, I guess, in the noise aspect and the way it's really planted. It's not, it doesn't feel nippy in the same way as like your car, for example. Yours is very like tram tracky and like really, you can tell it's built for handling. This is a bit more like, I guess, of a refined handling feel. Does
the stick do it as well?
If you want, but
it's easier to reach the paddles, but I'm not going to be used to them. So.
Yeah. It's the wrong way though, as in forward is up a gear.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. That was quicker than you expected?
Yeah, like I meant to go pretty much to the speed limit.
Completely changes it. And then there's, on the same hand, there's some arrows. Press left.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's pretty handy. And then if you press view again, it'll go back to the mode it was in, but with the map to the side.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun feature. It's a bit gimmicky, but it's actually useful gimmicky. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's unnecessary how many different modes there are, but being able to put your map in there is really handy, because I often have that one sort of, maybe I usually have it kind of like zoomed in sort of that level, and then I zoom this one way out, so I can sort of see generally where I am, and then I can see specifically where I am over there, which is quite handy. And that's the thing, like, once you're done, you can just go.
It's so quiet.
It's like deathly quiet. You can hear anything, you can like hear things, steering wheel movement, you know, touching the steering wheel, and it's just so quiet. And in this mode, it's in the most comfortable suspension setting. You know, you put it in comfort mode, it's quiet. You put dynamic, what do you call it, active cruise control on, and then because it's doing this, you can just put your finger here, and it literally steers for you.
Almost seems like cheating.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's exactly right. Like it's so easy. It's so. It just gives you everything. That's what I really like about it, is that you get a lot of performance and a lot of fun, you know, noises and crazy stuff, and it gets moving really fast and handles quite well. It's not quite the same level of like raw performance as your car, where yours is like, it just feels like much more focused on being a track car or a mountain run car sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it gives you like 80-90% of that, and then when you're done, you put it in comfort mode and you just chuck the aircon on, just put the heated seats on if it's cold, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just the breadth of what it can do. It's just astounding to me still.